host, APM. Hi, I'm Mr. Meow. Jazz B.A. This is my first time. I'm trying to stay in character as much as I can, like I was Dr. Now. I'm going to review some of these VODs today. I'm going to just be in and out of character probably, but I'll do my best to stay in character like Mr. Meow. So my first notes are I need to write a book called The VODs Don't Lie, Gamers Do. Reversing hand pain now. My first question for all gamers that are out there right now is, have you touched grass today? What are my other notes? Let's see. Just wanted to give my questions I usually will ask is, let's see. It says, oh, I see the problem. Let's put this here for now. And do you have any friends, family, or partners, gamers out there? How much time do you spend with them every day? Are they enabling your unhealthy gamer habits? Close. Good. Yes. Okay. Last thing to ask and say is, make sure to take a break at least every 45 to 60 minutes, or after every game if need be. If you absolutely cannot take a break from gaming, then play a 1200 second low APM, high social interaction Minecraft server to give your hands a rest. Because if you don't, your hand pain will get worse until you can no longer game or need surgery. Follow the physical therapy plan, and if you need anything else, just give us a call, okay? Alright, that was my first take. I'm not good at staying in character, I gotta work on that. Why don't we just listen to some Dr. Now?
Hello.
Hello, Hello.
How y'all doing?
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I gotta be a little bit more Texan, right? How y'all doing?
Surviving, huh?
Surviving, huh? How is your hand pain? Have you been gaming for too long, gamers? Have you? So this is what I'm working on right now. I'm going to make it into my 600 APM life instead of pound. Don't want Comic Sans. They say Impact or Anton. Let's try Anton. Howdy, y'all. Alright, it's not there, so let's try Impact. I think we need to do a background fill. There we go. It's finished. Yes. Let's listen to some more Dr. Meow. Get more inspired.
So it's kinds of water.
Ever since I had surgery on my leg, you can't tell me that I haven't because I have. I've been through this since I was 15 years old.
If you have been through that and you know
Mr.
what's wrong with
Meow,
you,
if you had been
then
through
you
that,
don't need our help.
I do need help.
Okay, do you
Okay.
think I'm stupid? I don't
Well, how
understand
about
that
this?
when
Okay,
Send
do
me
you
there.
think that I'm stupid? Ugh, I love Dr. Meow. So funny. Okay, so I got my 600-pound life in pain. Whose face should go here? That's the next step. You see, Cody, that will be coming up. We'll see if there's anybody else that has hand ones after this. What was I gonna do next? Oh yeah, we need to find a gamer that fits this profile. Who would fit this profile? Hungry box, yes. Yes, I think Hungry Box is a fitting, because he uses the joystick so much. I might change it later, but I think H-Box is a great choice. We'll make different copies. I think I can do a slightly better job. Why is my mouse drifting? I might need to get my equipment checked out. Perfect. Yes. First one is done. Let's try another. Yes. Hmm. Hmm. Where did my drink go? Be right back. Yes. Now let's look at them all side by side. top 3 of the most difficult game. Yes. And then there's me. Might try it again, the first take. All the stuff I said. It's pretty good, I thought, but could be better. I like the music that just keeps going. It's perfect. Mr. Meow is back with his Jazz B.A. to analyze IBW's hand health video. Please like and subscribe to Mr. Meow's content.
Oh, I cannot wait for this food though. Yeah, loose grip is very OP. I've had that too occasionally, Tarnit. I don't know what
I agree. Loose grip is the best way, because when you are relaxed while you play, you will stretch your hand less and your muscles will wear down less. And you'll be able to play for longer, in my experience, gaming and playing music.
I do. Like, I just kind of change certain things like very slightly, and it makes my hands more durable. I don't know. I just don't get as many pain.
I don't know if durable is the best word, but I would say something more like it has more endurance. And especially if you practice good hand health and breaks, you should be able to play for very, very long periods of time without hand pain, even on GameCube controller.
Pains. Hand health is so healthy though. I really wish more people took it seriously. Like when you feel like your hands are like tired, like just stop.
Yes, take breaks. I always say 1200 seconds of a low APM, high social interaction game like Minecraft servers or Roblox or any social game where you don't need to press very many buttons, but you get to talk and socialize and be a human that can socialize and talk to another person normally without it being weird.
You don't need to keep going. You're not a superhero.
Exactly. Our hands were not made for all of this strenuous activity that we put them under, so we must give them the proper care in order to use them for long periods of time and practice proper technique.
You want to be, but you're not. You're not a superhero. You don't need to like go crazy and play 80 hours a day. When they hurt, you take it easy.
I think that's a bit of an exaggeration, but some gamers do play too many hours, perhaps. But you should be able to play for a long period of time if you take breaks and do not strain your hands by squeezing the controller too hard. The button does not take that much force to press, and you can use proper technique. One little thing that I have always done to strengthen my hands is playing guitar. What I'll do sometimes is I, as Mr. Meow, will make my guitar meow as a finger exercise with each finger. If you'd like to practice at home alone, go right ahead. Oh, it's very out of tune. Very sad. Very out of tune. So now that I found a note that I like, I'm going to make it. Meow is an exercise for each finger. Making sure I'm relaxed the whole time. And I could do this for a very long time, even though I'm exerting a lot of energy meowing the guitar string. guitar, but even with a nice guitar, or a not so nice guitar, you can still practice. And just meow with every finger, and even your thumb. Meow with your thumb. See how unergonomic this is, and I'm still able to do it by practicing with proper technique. So, have fun with music sometimes, and it will help you develop a proper technique for gaming. That was just practice, not performance, but it's all the same eventually, right? And I need to change my strings. Oh well. Let's keep going.
You relax. There's nothing that you can't do tomorrow. But if you keep playing, you might not be able to do it tomorrow.
Yes, take a break if it hurts. Very good.
Or ever. I apply the same logic. Like anyone a sports fan, I was a big baseball fan, and I always get so mad whenever someone was like, I'm good, I can play today. I'm like, yo, you're saying you could play today, but if you play today, you might not play for the rest of the year. Just take the extra day or two off and make sure that you don't f yourself over. I can't wrap my head around that concept that someone is so short-sighted that they could think it's smart to play today when it could literally put them out for the rest of their career in some instances.
Yes, it's a very good point. The music seems a little loud.
It's just like, I've seen, you know how many pitchers pitch a game too early and wound up having Tommy John and their career was done? It's like, dude, just wait the extra, like, it's so short-sighted, just wait the extra day. It's like, yeah, Forrest LZ came in here, I'm like, oh, I could practice Marth. But I'm also like, my hands are tired. What if I don't practice Marth today? And what if I let my hands rest, like they need rest?
Yeah,
or like when my hands were hurting, it's like, people are like, you could enter the tournament. I'm just like, no. Would you?
Or a low
Absolutely,
APM,
I would.
social
If I had
activity.
hand pains, no, I'm not playing that tournament.
Any type of
no
activity
chance.
that's
I've dropped out of
low
tournaments because of hand
APM,
pain.
high
It's
social
just not worth it.
interaction.
It's just so short-sighted. It's not worth it. Maybe you travel somewhere, it's a little different. You know you can make it through it because your hands are just tired. Maybe. But, like, if I feel anything is, like, actually could be wrong, no chance I'm pushing it. And people are like, oh, it's just that warrior mentality. I'm like, okay, warrior mentality my ass when you tear your ACL and then you can't do anything for the next month and you could have just taken the hour off and then you never would have had this issue. Or missed the next, like, season. Sorry, not month. And then you get hand pain. What do you do? I mean, if it's mid-set, I have to figure out. Hand pain does change how I play, though. I do play very differently.
Yes, if you have hand pain mid-set, that is a very great question. It is very difficult to play through pain, and I have definitely played through pain before. I wonder what people should do. Sometimes they should probably forfeit, or possibly switch controllers where they use a controller that will not cause hand pain. I feel like if your hand is in pain, probably the controller you are using and the way that you are using it is causing it. So you either need to use it differently or use a different controller. Yes.
When my hands are upset. It is what it is, and just recognize that, like, this is the best thing you can do, and the alternative is you might never be able to play Melee again. It will suck, but just keep that in mind that the alternative is you never play Melee again. And if you keep that in mind, it's like, okay, like, it is what it is. Because there are definitely things, like we talked about it, there are definitely things you can do while you're not playing to keep yourself, like, at least in some way, like, to keep progressing towards your goals, even if your tech skills gonna take a while to get back.
Yes, you can talk to a friend in a high social interaction. High social. What was my term? I need to get my terms memorized. It's time to go back to school, isn't it? High social interaction activity like a Minecraft server with friends or a Discord would be much better than playing the same game over and over again that's hurting your hands. And you can talk about the game if you really can't get away from the game. I have lots of strategies to help with hand pain and help with developing better habits as a gamer. Remember to meow on your guitar as part of the physical therapy plan with any song that you like.
I literally cannot go below 300 APM. I mean,
300 APM is very high. I would like to reference my drawing. This is unmanageable and should never be done. It is been done in Sets versus Me though. Very close. I just found one today. I'd like to share, if you wouldn't mind. Yes, this one. If we look at the data, I did not dash dance very much. I believe not at all. And he was near 600 actions a minute, or inputs a minute. This is an unhealthy amount of inputs. I don't even like doing that to my hands, but sometimes it is necessary at top level. So remember to take breaks and practice proper hand care. Wow, he did 10 dash dances. I need to dash dance more. What else happened in this set? Almost 600 again. This is many. 600 inputs a minute. That is a very high amount. I'm so glad the game was only 2 minutes long. Wow. 2C Beast, you need to be put on this. 600 APM life, indeed. Yes. I need to listen to Dr. Now again, I'm losing the voice. Let's listen to some savage moments.
Dietitian come down.
What's the most viewed? It's gotta be this one, right?
Now, despite Dr. Now usually having the
I
patience...
don't need all this. How about you?
All right, so Bethany, it is a little over 4 months
So
since you went
Bethany,
on surgery,
it's a
and you
little-
already started gaining again. So obviously, that's very
So obviously, you need to take breaks when you're using 600 APM controls in games. If you are using your controller at 600 APM, like this person, then you need to take breaks. Wow, my L cancels were very bad this game. What was my problem? I need to go back to Uncle Punch. But then take breaks every 45 to 60 minutes, maybe even less. 15 minutes can even be it. You can take as many breaks as you want, as long as you get exactly what you wanted in your session done for practice.
I can't either, but that doesn't mean United Armada when Eve on 250? What do you mean he won Eve on 250? I mean,
Very bad situation we have with you. So you want to tell me what's going on and why you are pushing yourself to eat what you shouldn't be again?
I don't know. I'm sticking to the sheet that you gave me of what not to eat. So I'm eating like real food, like you told me to. So I don't know why I didn't lose anything.
Yes, and you need to take breaks. For gamers, like obese people cannot eat food. Gamers cannot need to take breaks. If they don't take breaks, then they will hurt their hands.
I don't think the surgery is working like it should. It just doesn't make sense.
What?
I mean, he just doesn't waste any movement. There's no wasted movement in his gameplay at all. Like, he will just dash dance for ever long he needs to if it means, like, it's the proper game plan. That's part of being good. Knowing when to be minimalistic, when to tone it down, when to chill, and when to speed up. Both have their spots. There are times where you want to play objectively, like, a lot slower. It just depends on the situation.
Yes, and remember to engage in low APM, high social interaction activities.
So you can't punish everything. No, you can't. And I that's one of the things I struggle with more than anything else, is recognizing that no, it is not possible for me to punish literally everything. It's just not. And it sucks. Like, I want to punish everything, but you just can't. You literally just can't. The problem with me is sometimes my tournament play varies so wildly based on like aggro based on like trying to like punish and trying to be too passive. Sometimes I go way too hard in either direction.
Before we keep going, these are the... Oh, I don't want to dox anybody. But these are the results so far. Let's see. So most people want Z-Jump banned. And most people want Nachos banned. And most people like the current nerfs of Box.
What you're saying is what doesn't make sense. Let me explain something to you.
Let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you. You need to take lots of breaks. Let me explain something to you. You need to engage in low APM, high social interactivity for at least 1200 seconds every 14 minutes. Ish, give or take. I understand games are not perfectly measured. Yes.
And it's not like a one or the other. In friendlies, it's almost always one, but in tournament, it can be the either. And melee is just constant think. If you turn off your brain for a second, you die. Besides, sometimes in between stocks. Even in between stocks, if you turn your brain off for a second and someone comes down with an aerial and you just die for it, that's happened to me so many times. Like, dude, we're all bad at this game. That's just like, that's how it is. That's just how it is.
When was this video? 5 years ago, yes. Maybe because he wasn't using any ergonomic advantages.
The greatness of 3 seconds of peace and quiet. Peace and quiet is an amazing thing. Sometimes you just want it quiet.
He was clawing.
There are times where I'm just happy to sit at my computer, not talk to anyone, not listen to a stream, just like do something mindless.
I liked that last point. It is good to take breaks and not engage in any activity sometimes as well. Your brain needs breaks. It's good to be bored sometimes, especially if you are a hyperactive gamer who spends lots of time looking at things like this. Yes. I like this. How long is with each one? Yes, let's listen to Armada first.
Any advice for maintaining hand health going forward? Moving the streams fast.
Cyril Quinn, thank you for the $5. I'm very sorry to hear that your hands are already hurting. Right, so I might not be an expert on the topic, but some things I feel like probably does help is number one, I feel like it's very important to have a loose grip while you're playing. Like imagine you were
I love that point. I need to add that to my notes and add it because everybody says it and it is also very important. A loose grip. Do not strain your hands. You do not need to use those tiny muscles in your hands even to press the buttons. You can use the weight of your fingers to push things. As if it is a martial art almost. So you can do it for a long time. Yes.
having a pen and you're writing, right? And if you have a super tense...
Let me explain something to you. Sometimes you need to have a loose grip so you can push the buttons more relaxed and faster.
grip, your hand is gonna start hurting very fast, right? So I feel like kind of the same thing should apply to when you're playing Melee. If you have a loose grip, it should be easier on your hands. And if you're very tense, it's gonna be bad for your hands.
I love all these points.
That's one advice. I would also say stretching, like your fingers and all of that.
Yeah, stretching can
also
help,
very important.
For sure. But breaks are more important.
A lot of people probably don't do it at all because, oh, I'm not having any pain, so why should I? But it's better to be safe than sorry, right? So do it for the future. Like, think long term. I think that's very good as well. I do the stretching once in a while as well. I should do it more often than I do, but I do use it.
And also just strengthening, maybe play some guitar and Meow.
But I recommend everyone that listen to this to like start doing it as soon as possible. Do not play if you are having pain in your hands.
Yes.
Like,
take breaks.
That's also a very bad thing to do. Like, if you're gonna enter Evo and it's like tomorrow, maybe an exception, but like, don't really try to justify to keep playing if you're in pain very often.
Yeah.
As few times as possible. And then, what else? I could be wrong with this one, but in my experience, I've had hand pains like so few times over the years, and it's only been minor, but the few times that it happened, I actually played when the room I'm playing in is very cold. I feel like when it's very cold in your room, or cold, I just feel like it's very bad for your hands and fingers.
Yes, I do like warm.
I could be wrong, but that's
help.
what it feels like.
I think heat
it
can
might be a
definitely
coincidence,
help.
but it might not be. It might not be. So I recommend that your hands going into matches should not be cold.
To compete,
I know some people have an issue with that on a regular basis. Like Android have like, pretty cold hands very often. But try to prevent it as much as possible. You can have hand warmers, you can you know, have like a hoodie on, you can try to warm up your hands before playing. So it's a few different things there as well.
Yes, warming up is a great idea. You don't want to
yeah, and I think
hurt your fingers
a lot of
by
times it's
moving
also
them too
kind of
quickly
luck,
in a way that
like
could harm
genetics
them
probably.
without having them
So
ready to go that
you can't do
amount
anything
of
about
stretch
that.
and speed. Warm up.
I also feel like smaller hands should probably be better. Like if I play with like, you know, a small handheld console, I feel like my hands are like, it's bad for my hands. So that's also probably a factor. Also a factor we can't do much about, but it's probably even more important to have a loose grip if you are having very big hands and if you are cold at the same time.
Yes, loose grip is very important.
But yeah, that's some things I would say.
Thank you, Armada. Let's listen to his now.
Hey everyone, as many of you know, especially those who have watched my stream, you know that I am out of commission for up to a week due to a thumb injury. Don't worry about it, it's nothing serious, it's just tendonitis most likely.
Oh,
I've dealt with it pretty much my entire career. Now, I'm obviously not able to dish out the usual content, so I thought I'd take some time to help you prevent what has happened to me. Now, a lot of this is empirical evidence that I've experienced throughout my career, but a lot of it is also due to research. I have a personal training certificate, and I follow Dr. Kate McGee on Twitter, part of 1HP. She gives a ton of great info for Smashers to better take care of themselves. So I'm just going to make quick, concise videos because I know you guys have a very short attention span. So I'll just give you quick 5 things that are going to help you the most. So first off is posture. Now, a lot of people think that you should just have perfect posture and you sit like this for 4 hours to 8 hours a day while you're gaming.
I think lots of movements is important.
That is not true. Our bodies are designed to move, so yes, it's important to have, you know, shoulders back, chin not tucked into your chest, aligned back and hips, all that. Feet flat on the floor,
how people play music.
But you need to make sure you're still moving, and this is another site of Dr. Kate. She mentions that perfect posture is a variable and dynamic posture. So you just need to make sure you're moving and taking breaks. Also, my biggest thing is don't buy these. Do not buy DX racers or gaming chairs as they are called. Get something like a Herman Miller. I know they're kind of expensive, but you can usually find used ones for a pretty good deal. Number 2 is sleep and diet. And yes, I am looking at you, Smashers, because I know you don't do this. You need 7 to 8 hours at least per night of quality sleep. Sleep is the way that our body regenerates. If you're not sleeping correctly, your hands are not regenerating.
And taking breaks.
Hate you. Along with that is diet. Now, a good way to start with diet is just making sure you're getting your macros in. Now, what are macros? Carbohydrates, fats, and protein. So those are the surefire way to make sure your body is getting the bare minimum of what it needs, and you can break off to whatever you want in that. That's a can of worms in itself. But I always say just the first step is conscious eating, and then you will just naturally have a better diet from that. Number 3 is a hand care routine. Now this I tend to shirk on quite a bit. So before, obviously you should have a little bit of a warm-up and then stretch. Do not stretch cold hands. Muscles are not ready to be worked. That is how you injure yourself.
Exactly.
Now I see a lot of Smashers do this kind of stretch. That is doing nothing. Nothing. You need to do static stretching, which means bare minimum of 30 seconds to hold a stretch. So something like this should be held for 30 seconds, and then you do the other side for 30 seconds. If you're just doing it quickly, you're getting no benefit from it. Now, aftercare routine. After you're done playing, what I like to do is soak my hands in hot water and then stretch all over again. That has personally made it a lot better for me after sessions when my hands feel inflamed and are sore. For number 4, we have supplements. Some of you may not want to take these or believe in them. That's fine. I'll be quick. First off, we have glucosamine sulfate. This helps
anything
lubricate
about supplements, I'll tell you
reduce
that.
joint pain. It's been great for me. Try it yourself if you want.
I think I might
Next up,
skip
we
this.
have Tiger's Balm. This is a topical
You can
cream
watch that if
to
you
help it
want.
heal. So number 5 is mind and body. Now, what I mainly mean by this is for body at least, we want to exercise and have a higher pain tolerance and stronger muscles to support these tendons and ligaments. That will help you prevent injury in the first place.
Yes,
and
big strong muscles.
Is the main thing with this is thinking that you have carpal tunnel, right? So there's nothing you can do. You just need to have surgery. And 90% of the time, it is not carpal tunnel. It is usually just tendonitis or your muscles are overworked. They just need to regenerate and they need to heal. The problem with this is if you think you have carpal tunnel, you're not going to do anything about it. So don't diagnose yourself. If you need to, go to a doctor, of course, and start taking care of your hands. I promise you, you will notice some change. So hopefully you can apply these 5 things. I wish I did earlier in my career. It probably would have helped prevent a lot of the problems that I'm having now, and you just need to stay disciplined with them. I know this isn't the usual content I do on my channel, but like I said, I'm kind of out of commission at the moment, so I appreciate all those that watch, and please continue to support me. Thank you.
Thank you.
On this channel, we talk a lot about how Smash Ultimate is a mental game, but Smash is also a much more physical game than you think. You know, we're not fully VR yet, so you're not jumping like Mario and shoulder checking people like Wario yet. But Smash is physical enough that being healthy will help you guys get sick at the game. And if you want even more help getting sick at the game, head on over to ProGuides.com. We've got a lot of great educational resources over there, like character-specific guides, lessons from top pros, and a live coaching platform. So give it a shot. Now, for most players, few things
Honey.
matter as much as hand health. In Melee, most players already know about hand health. That's because one of the game's best hacks, Money, essentially broke his hands from playing. It's no secret that Melee is the most physical, tech
We
skill
don't need this.
comes out. That's Smash Bros. Universal Mega Ultimate Edition, the 7th installment of the
Do
help
people
us
really
feel
like
out where
this
to hold the
content?
stretch. With the underhand stretch especially, it's easy to bend and just push the wrist too far. You just want
I think this might be AI.
is as much
I think children need to stop watching AI videos. That really killed my vibe. Let's listen to this one.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Caitlin McGee. I'm a physical therapist, and this is a quick 2-minute warm-up and break time video that you can use to help you avoid injury. There are 4 parts to it: a mobility component, 2 forearm stretches, and a postural check. So first things first, you want to do the mobility warm-up. You're going to start with 10 wrist circles out, then 10 wrist circles in. This is important because you want to get your blood flowing before you start doing stretches. You don't want to stretch cold, tight muscles. Once you've done that, for 30 seconds, you're going to want to do something to warm up your hand intrinsic muscles. So open, out, out. It's really easy to warm up your forearm muscles because they're bigger and larger and bulkier. It's a little bit harder to warm up your hand intrinsics because they're small and precise and they do their very specific things. Once you've done this for 30 seconds, that's when you're going to transition to doing stretches for your forearms. So the first stretch for your forearms is going to be for the muscles that flex your wrist and your fingers. You're going to start by bringing your palm down, add your fingers underneath, and then straighten your elbow. You want to hold this stretch for at least 30 seconds, 60 seconds if you can. After you've held that for at least 30 seconds, you're going to want to flip over and stretch the muscles that extend your wrist and fingers. Start again by bringing your palm down, fingers underneath.
I'm going to do a whole
straighten
30
your
seconds
elbow.
like she said.
This is something you want to hold for at least 30 and then preferably 60 seconds again. If you feel the need to do ice or heat at some point while you're playing, you never want to ice before you stretch, only ever after. And if you're going to do heat, doing it before stretching is a great idea. So the last and most important thing is to check and reset your posture. I'll demo 2 possible postures. The first one is kind of more common. The second one is a little more ideal. Ideally, you want to be leaning back, but a lot of people tend to lean forward while playing. So if you're going to lean forward, what you want to do is keep your back flat, nice and straight, and actually that there's a stick running up the length of your spine. Keep your feet planted flat on the floor, keep your chest up and your shoulders back. And you don't want your wrists to be tilted down, you want them to be in neutral. So not up, not down, in the middle.
I think I do.
Ideally though, if you can, you want to actually use the chair you're sitting in as opposed to leaning your weight through your forearms. So feet planted
I don't
still,
believe that's true.
chest
I wouldn't do
lifted
that.
up,
I
imagine that you're
sit on
taking a
the
deep
edge
breath
of the
and
chair.
lifting up through.
I don't believe in using the back of the chair. I put myself on the edge of the chair as if I was playing a musical instrument. Yes. I don't agree with this. I'd like to take it off the screen.
Through your sternum, or you just want to pull your again. But you shouldn't feel as though you need to pull your shoulders back like a soldier. You just want to be sitting up nice and tall, allowing the back of the chair to support you. That's its job. That's what it's there for. Let your muscles take a bit of a break and use your back
you
rest.
can only use that
That's the
for
trick for all of
breaks.
these.
Use
Giving
the
yourself
back rest.
reminders, making it a habit, forcing yourself to remember to do it until it becomes easy and natural.
I want to look at the second one again, the second stretch. Yes, this one.
In your elbow. This is something you want to hold
Same
for at least
thing.
30 and then preferably 60 seconds again.
Yes.
If you feel the need to do ice or heat at some point while you're playing, you never want to ice before you stretch, only ever after. And if you're going to do heat, doing it before stretching is a great idea. So the
Heat before
last and most
stretching.
important thing is to check and reset your posture. I'll demo 2 possible postures. The first one is kind of more common. The second one is a little more ideal. Ideally, you want to be leaning back, but a lot of people tend to lean forward while playing. So if you're going to lean forward, what you want to do is keep your back flat, nice and straight, imagining that there's a stick running up the length of your spine. Keep your feet planted flat on the floor, keep your chest up and your shoulders
I do
back.
like this posture
And you
more
don't want your
than the
wrists to be
second
tilted
one.
down, you want them to be in neutral.
Let's keep that. It's better. I'd still sit on the edge of the chair though. Last stretch. For now. So I hope everybody's having a good day and trying to keep this nocturnal voice. Yes. Hmm. Yes. Nice stretch on my hands. Yes. Now, time for a break. I love breaks. Yes. Any other hand content?
Tell us a story. What's up, Burr?
You started that hoping in a magic fix. And then you applied
and
yourself
then
and took
you applied
control for a
yourself
few.
and took control for a few months. Yes. I'll get better at it. I think that's it for right now. Maybe I'll come back and play some Melee. Peace.